Today I'm taking a look at David Wilcock. In line with the recent missing scientists or deceased scientists or people in the field, the UFO field, including researchers. And I just saw last night that there may be 2 more added in a light plane crash. So there could be 2 more being added to the list this week. So getting to David Wilcock's reading that I've done, I'm not going to make this a conspiracy reading if it's not a conspiracy reading. But there was a couple of things that I want to clarify here. So first of all, Boulder County has released their timeline of events of receiving the 911 call. And something very interesting on that call was, I need to leave and I will be outside to the left of the house. I'm going to pull a card on that now because I forgot to do that in the actual reading. Another thing that came up was in a room, kept saying in a room. So I'm going to clarify that because I didn't do that. And then thirdly, it kept saying uniting with father or searching for father. And I said, I don't know if father's deceased. Well, I looked that up and his father, Donald, is not alive. So I found that very interesting. And the other thing I really wanted to clarify, which I didn't do in the initial reading, was there some kind of voice to brain technology that pushed him over the edge? So I'm going to do a little quick reading here with just those few extra things to add on to what I already done yesterday. So the cards are saying probe this a little bit deeper. There's a little bit deception here. And as I was shuffling the cards, I'm thinking, I wonder if I'm just taking it at face value, what was told about the timeline, and that he passed at his own hands, witnessed by the sheriffs at 11:05. So, and I took all that at just face value to be what they said it was. But the cards are saying probe a little bit deeper. There's a little bit of deception somewhere here. Maybe there's something they don't want us to know. But the card of wanting out, wanting more, he said he had to get out. I think he said, and I'll be at the outside to the left of the house. This says he was wanting more, wanting a better life, so wanting improvements. So let's probe a little bit deeper. What do you mean? What do you mean by probing a little bit deeper? Secrets? That's interesting. Secrets. Recognition. The person on the phone did identify himself as David Wilcock. Maybe somebody recognized him, but then not saying. Covered over, buried. What was buried? What was covered over here? What's been buried over or covered? Because there's no transcript. I mean, while we have a timeline released of events and what was said, there's no actual release of body cam or the 911 call. There's no authorities covering over. Okay. Boulder County. What's this about? Okay, flipped on the floor. Entanglements family, but on the other side is silence. So silence, not saying something. Again, secrets, not saying something. Implicated, suggested involvement. Suggested involvement. Okay, so not saying something. There's something here hidden. Could be hiding the actual 911 call or the body cam. Maybe there was no body cam. Now, they did say that he was the only one on the premises. David Wilcock was alone. There was nobody else there. Is that true? Was there anybody else there apart from the sheriff and David Wilcock? Complicit. It knew it was happening. And premeditated. So premeditated means it may have been something was premeditated. Complicit. Pay to view. That would be, I'd say, his live stream because he was getting paid on that live stream. So something about the live stream, the last one, premeditated. And so was he thinking about it after the live stream? A degree of involvement, reckless behavior. Please be clearer. Okay, was there anybody else involved? The place was cleared. I think they say, you know, when they go through and they say clear, clear. I know they didn't do that, but to me that says no one's there. Clear, clear, no one's there. Again, recorded, pay to view, recorded. Was there body cam footage? Was there body cam footage? So this card fell on the floor and it says on one side cleared, cleared, and on the other side it says reprimanded. So what was cleared? Grooming and unhinged. Was there anything removed from the body cam footage? Or the body cams removed? Separated. A separation, separated. False facade. Okay, here's what I want to talk about. On my video that I done last week, and I said there was going to be a well-known passing, somebody was going to be a passing coming for that week ahead. The card sitting next to it said false information. What is the false information connected to the passing of David Wilcock? Mental health, unhinged, records, paperwork, theft, information. Was there some kind of voice-to-brain technology that pushed him over the edge? Mental health, the unhinged card. Was there some kind of voice-to-brain technology that pushed him over the edge? It was a financial motive, so financial issues, financial motive. Maybe connected to a web of bad deals or bad dealings. It says nefarious deals, but it says connected web. I feel like just a bad financial bad choices or dealings, temptations even. Okay, I'm not probing too deeply into personal information. The other thing that I wanted to know was, did we get an answer on that one? Was there something? No. Voice to brain technology, no. It's more like just dealings, just financial issues. Did anybody else coerce this to happen, or was this purely David's decision? Probe a little deeper. Keep saying the card of Ten of Swords, surrender. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is like a death card. But probe a little deeper. Maybe even look at things he was saying in recent times, particularly about rituals. Probe a little bit deeper. Again, we've got a money card sitting there. People are saying that he was taken somewhere. So the card taken, put in a room, to me it felt like just a place you go after you pass while he was trying to get bearings or waiting for healing or trying to find somebody on the other side, that kind of energy. But was there something more to it? I need to check. Is he alive and been taken somewhere? Again, we're saying money motive. It's a money motive. Oh, far away. Blameless. Unhinged. Okay, so blameless, can't blame anybody else. maybe unhinged. Blameless means not blaming anybody else. Going through records, going through finances maybe. Running out of time, time sensitive. Again, I'm not probing into financial affairs or anything personal of that nature. Anything else that you could say to clarify here what's happened? Because a lot of people are in disbelief. People don't believe that he did that. People don't, because he said that he was in sound of mind. Even though he was worried about scientists missing, he was worried about that kind of thing, but he said he was sound of mind. So is there anything in that pay to view? He said that on his last live video that he done on social media. Oh, handler. Why have I got handler? Handler just flipped out. Queen of Pentacles is a money card, handling money. Was there somebody else? A handler of... Okay. Female handler. Is there something related to a handler? Felt unsafe. Home unsafe. Could be something to do with his home. Could be financial. We've got a Pentacles card there. Don't have to just jump straight to the most negative part of that. Was he safe in his home? But I am going to ask. We're going to clarify. Did he feel like he was going to lose his home? No, refusal. And I did say I was not going to read. I was not going to read on that personal. But why I asked it was because I was trying to clarify if he felt unsafe in his home, or if he felt like his home was unsafe, as in he was going to lose his home or something around his home. Is David on the other side? Is David on the other side? A money connection. Still a little bit earthbound. Seven of Wands, I think, is just, it feels to me, okay, that can be defensive wounds. This one here, it's got wounds on the card, but I feel still, and this one's rule concealment, but it's earth. I feel still earthbound. Still earthbound. Please clarify, was anybody else connected to David Wilcock passing? Emotional energy. So it's emotional energy. Misdirection. Going on that line of questioning. Has he been taken somewhere? Because the other thing people are thinking is that something's coming, which I'm going to look into. Something's coming, and they want to remove anyone that would be that go against it, go against whatever narrative is coming. People are thinking there's something coming, and they're intentionally removing people with knowledge, or people with high-end clearance, or people with knowledge about certain technologies, or people that would be vocal in standing against whatever is coming out or being said. Is there any connection there for David? Targeted abductions. Interesting. Targeted abductions is exactly what I was just talking about. Exactly. Okay, so that then tells me, was David a targeted abduction? Thank you, cards, for phrasing that correctly for me. Was David a targeted abduction? Okay, so the card here is saying, this one here says, suggested involvement. This is what has been suggested. So it's saying that this is what is being floating around and what has been suggested. This here is the Ten of Swords. It's the Death card. And that's what I'm taking it. It says surrender, but it is definitely a Death card in the minor arcana. The records, data, fact seeking. And he was a data fact seeker. But this one here is saying he wanted more. wanting improvements to his life. Was it at all related to his... Okay, so as far as multiple people, group or many, people have been targeted abductions. Here's a showing death card and for want of a better life or wanting improvements. The cards are saying that it's suggested that he's involved in part of this group of multiple people that have gone missing or been targeted abductions. That's what the cards want to call it. And he is a data fact seeker. So he's a researcher. We'll call that one a researcher. So that's why it's suggested that he's part of this group. But is he part of the group? That's the reasons why he's suggested that he's part of the group. People are also suggesting a handler of some sort to do with his live videos. Was David a targeted abduction? David Wilcock, targeted abduction. True or false? Truth revealed. Truth revealed. Secrets outed. He was a truth seeker. Okay, so this is what this card is saying. He was a truth seeker and he would have revealed secrets. Would he have revealed secrets? No. Did he have secrets? Now I said true or false. This is saying truth. There's something here that is secrets. There's secrets here because it's come out twice. There's no body cam footage shown. There's no release of the 911 call. There's just a timeline released. Was this a targeted attack in some way? Was it a targeted attack for David Wilcock? He had ongoing challenges. He was a targeted individual. He had ongoing challenges. Whether the targeted attack is, as you would think, a three-letter agency or some kind of behind-the-scene things, or whether it's a targeted attack from trolls, being an online presence, still a targeted attack. That was an ongoing thing for him. So I've phrased that incorrectly. False facade. So Okay, notice there's a truth and false card in this deck, which is interesting. And that card said false. But truth is that there is some secrets in this case. False is maybe the targeted individual from three-letter agencies. False. Am I correct? Okay, deception, but you saw the flip that it done. External. Deception. A bit of still some deception here in this case. And the card when I pulled last week said false information. False information around the past, this person that was passing. There was difficulties around him. Some people are saying that he is still alive. I kind of feel he's passed because of the connection with the father. I kept saying searching for father, and his father's passed, or uniting with father and his father's passed. I think trying to get the truth out. People want the truth, and that's what the truth card could be. People are searching for the truth. People just want the truth. It is strange that there is connected to the group of people, and the cards just showed that. Targeted abductions, group of people. So as far as disbelief goes, I can't believe it. And I know a lot of people are looking at comments of different videos. People don't believe he's gone. People don't believe he passed the way they're saying that he passed. So I looked up the Boulder County to get more information, more facts, because I don't think we were getting we wasn't. And then we had, it says, due to significant public interest in this case, the Boulder County released the facts of this case because they were being pressured to do so or asked to do so. So let's get on to the reading now and see what the cards want to reveal. Okay, so first of all, this card does represent self-harm. It's a foolish moment of weakness. This was created for this reason. It can mean other things. It can mean weakness, feeling weak or weakness. Interesting that we're resolving differences around father energy. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that is, but it's here on the table. Okay, unclear, confused mind is showing. We're showing a mind that is in a mental struggle, a state of mental struggle. Mistake made. Okay, let's see if there's anything that needs to be said. So this card is revealing that there was multiple illnesses, and if you've watched his last video 2 days before he passed, he was talking about some issues he was having with his health. This is showing multiple health issues. To go. A release. I opened my dreams last night and to a few different cases, but this was one of them. And I looked in different rooms, and I think that was showing me the different cases. One of the rooms that I looked in was somebody in a cancer conference or a cancer event with balloons tied to them. This card has just reminded me. They were in that dream. They either said 1 in 4, so I don't know if that's the type of cancer, but also want to note too that Nick Pope passed from Ancient Aliens this year of cancer stage 4. 4 was in my dream. And while David was on the live at the 31-minute mark, he read that his friend or acquaintance, Winfrey, that Free passed. I think while he was finding out the news while he was doing that video, that live stream video. Here it's showing multiple issues. Maybe a fear of cancer, because cancer was in my dream. A person with balloons around them. But just really release. Now something about, I don't know if it was in the dream or when I woke up, the words that was, it's time to go. It was time to go. But it was a relief. It was a sense of relief. This is the release card. I had to go. Maybe the dream was I had to go. But it was time. I had to go. Release. And in a state of not having stamina, no longer having energy. So this card says that when you crossing over, it's acknowledging that at the time I was alive, I didn't have any stamina, or I was tired. I had no energy, because it's showing a state of being on the other side that I'm now no longer tired. Multiple issues, many causes, many issues, tiredness, a moment of weakness can also relate to the stamina, no energy, weakness, like that card came out. Had to let go. One thing I do want to just ask, because of the number of missing people in the field, is there any connection here to the passing of David, connected to, he was looking into this, he said it on his last video. So a connection here would possibly be that he was looking into it, questioning the 11 people in the field. So apart from that connection, is his passing connected to the passing of other people? There is a connection. Isn't that interesting? Maybe he had a little bit of fear about the energy. We had the Innocent card. There is definitely connections here. Maybe he was thinking about some of the connections that he had to some of these industries or people or whistleblowers. I feel part of the energy here is to do with criticism, harsh judgment, conflict. So not helping the energy here is, or not helping, it says had help. So helping in the energy of the state of his mind was harsh judgment, was partly responsible for dark intentions or motives. Now, if I had to read that in any other way, that was interesting. Okay, that was kind of interesting because I just sniffled. Now, I don't have any cold or any reason to sniffle. But what was significant to me watching his last video was he was sniffling. So I'm going to just move this spread and find out what is the connection. It says there's a connection. What is the connection to the other missing scientists? Okay, so the connection here is I just had to get away. It says no. This is a state of, okay, so it's sitting with the mental card, the mental struggle, mental illness, sitting with the card of the moon, which is also about not being clear mentally, not being clear about a situation. It is saying no, so maybe there is no foul play here as far as conspiracy theories go. There's no, that's not part of it. What could be part of it is social media, down rabbit holes. Maybe he felt fearful. I had to get away. Payback is related to finances. Issues around finances. And as I said, I would not go into anything disrespectful or anything personal nature. But social media was an issue. I think fear-based energy around looking into people in the industry or top knowledge or his field going missing was playing on his mind in a negative way. I had to get away. Now, I just want to clarify I had to get away. I've read the facts from the Boulder police or Boulder sheriffs. Let's ask the cards. Has David really passed? Being on purpose, not involved or unaware, that's giving me the vibes of still a little bit of disbelief. Cannot see clearly, not involved, unaware. Someone's still confused, still confusion there. Shining a light in the dark situation. Okay, still showing me dark place. Searching, light in the dark. Is his father still alive, I wonder? We've got this father energy once again. It's coming up around searching. So in a place where it's not quite clear, it's a lot of darkness still. There's still cloudiness, there's still darkness, there's still confusion is what I'm seeing here. They're still trying to find something, trying to find clarity in a dark situation. There's still mental clouds or darkness. Now, I don't know if his father's still alive or I don't know if he's searching for his father. As part of the searching here, to have clarity, he's still in a very confused state of mind. Dark intentions, or it's not dark intentions, it's darkness, still in a dark state of mind. Energy feels quite dark to me. It feels confusing. It feels searching, trying to find clarity, trying to find a way out of a dark situation. Is there any conspiracy to David Wilcock passing? There was ongoing challenges, or there is ongoing challenges, or there was ongoing challenges in his life. Possibly related to informants or whistleblowers. Money connection or coercive control. This one here is history. So past informants. If there's any conspiracy to do with his passing, it would be related to past informants, whistleblowers, and that possibly presented ongoing challenges around control, possibly money. I'm going to lighten this energy. Now, if he could get a message through about all the things he knew, all the secrets, the whistleblowers, now that he doesn't have to fear for his life, what would that message be? The message here would be the things that he would want to expose would be about abductions, the things that the elites know or were involved in, so exposing the elites, alien technology, perhaps the man-made reverse engineered, testing and experimenting to do with abductions, alien technology, hidden information, advanced propulsion systems related to alien technology reverse engineering, the testing and experimenting that was done, possibly abduction related or related to alien technology advanced propulsion systems, and the defense contracts. Not sure if that was ever, I watched David a few years ago. I didn't watch him so much in current years, too busy, I guess, with my own things. Hidden lands, I'm not sure if that was one of his topics, but uncertainty around land and known lands or unknown or hidden lands. Bottom of the deck, whistleblower testimonies. So he would like to he would want to expose these things based on whistleblower testimonies that he's received over his time. So it does feel much lighter now. The energy actually got very dark in there, very state of confusedness, maybe a little guilt, confusing energy, searching energy, still in a, and I'm coming through with a headache now. And actually I had a headache most of this week. It lightened up yesterday, was good today, but now tapping back into this energy, headache again. But thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again on the next reading.